Hello and welcome to the Windows Active Directory Expert. Hope you and your family members are doing well and safe. If you are new to this channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe this channel. Do like and share with someone who really needs your support in order to scale up in the Active Directory. In the previous session, we discussed about the ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services Dependencies, so in which I explained you a bit about all four dependencies that we have for the Active Directory, and I also covered the Active Directory web services as well. So in this demonstration, I would be kind of demonstrating you like how you can build a lab for your own environment or for your practical purpose. So so that you can practice as and when you come to my channel, watch the video in your own lab. So I will tell you the infrastructure that you have to build in your own lab, and then I'll tell you about the lightweight tool for the virtualization that you can use. So you must have three machines, okay? Three machines, and if you have good hardware configuration, I would say, then you can build four or five machines based upon the hardware that you have in your laptop. But bare minimum, we required at least three machine in the environment. So that one machine we build as an forest A, and another we will build for forest B, and in one site, in one forest, we would require one child machine, a child domain controller, or two child domain controller. So it totally depend upon the hardware that you have in your laptop, personal laptop. So this is the lab structure that I want you to build, so that the going forward, when I would be recording the session, you can simulate the changes. I mean, you can simulate the things in your lab, in your own lab, right? And that way you will be able to utilize the recordings for gaining the knowledge for in Active Directory. So let's begin. So if you can see my screen, MS Paint is my friend. So okay, you can see lab. All right. So what you need to do is you need to build one machine first. Okay. You need to install Server 2012 or whatever the servers you want, right? So since we all are using the latest version of Windows in the environment, because Server 2008 R2 that has been decommissioned or discontinued by Microsoft. So Microsoft Server 2000, not providing any support for the Server 2008 R2 and Server 2003. Okay, so every organization, they have been moved to Server 2012. So I want you to install the Server 2012 R2. Okay, I want you to install three machines with the same version of Windows. All right. So suppose you have built all three machines. So in the first machine, you have to promote the first Windows server, okay, with the name of contoso.com. So contoso.com would be your first forest in the environment. But before promoting the contoso.com, you must have put your domain controller static IP address first. So configure the IP address in all these three machines. When I'm saying three machines, means contoso.com, omexa.com, and you have mail.contoso.com. So if you have good hardware, then you can build one more child, one more domain controller, one more machine in the environment with the name of max.contoso.com, which will be the child of contoso.com. Correct? All right. So what you need to do is you need to build three or four machines based upon the hardware you have, and then promote first Windows Server 2008 as a domain controller with the contoso.com. So it will be the separate forest. Okay. And then you have to switch to the another domain controller. I mean another Windows server, and then build the another forest with the name of Omexa. Okay. So now you have ready two machines with two different forests. contoso.com and omexa.com. Now you need to do, what you need to do is you need to create or build or promote one child under the contoso.com. Okay, and if you have good hardware, then you can build two child, promote two child under the contoso.com. So this lab setup I want you to ready in your personal laptop, so that going forward when I'll show you something or illustrate you something, you would be able to grab that and apply to your lab. So this is how you can build the lab. So you take a screenshot and build the lab accordingly. Okay. So what tool is lightweight and useful in order to build the virtual machines of our virtualization? So if you can see, I'm using VMware Workstation. So what you need to do is you need to download the ISO file first, ISO image. You will get it on the Google itself. Okay. In the Google, if you search for, uh, uh, you know, to download Server 2012 R2, you will be able to get a lot of links where you can go ahead and download it. So let me open my VMware Workstation. This tool is also available in Google. So you need to just search for VMware Workstation tool download. You will be able to download or get the link to download that tool. So what you need to do is once you have the VMware Workstation installed in your laptop and you have your ISO image available in the machine. So what you need to do is you need to open the VMware Workstation, create a virtual machine, click on create a virtual machine. Here you have to browse the ISO, or if you have the server, Windows Server in the drive, DVD drive, then you can insert in the DVD drive, and then you can click on next to install further. So you need to browse it here. Suppose I click on browse and I selected here the server 2012, which is this. Click on next. If you don't have product key, you not need to worry, you can skip it here. Okay, so what will be the by default username? So you can change based upon your interest. You can select the appropriate version of the server that you have, edition I would say. Click on next. Yeah, so since we don't have any product activation key, so we have to skip it. To skip it, click on yes, and then type the virtual machine name. Suppose I type it here for the contoso.com. Okay, so this path, under this path my vmdk file would be created. Next, you have to specify the minimum hard disk space for that virtual machine. So by default it is selected to 60, which is always, I mean, 60 is more sufficient. You can leave it as it is. Okay, so here I select store virtual disk as a single file. Otherwise, you would be having multiple files in it. Okay, and in this, every file would be segregated into one file. Click on next and then finish. So as soon you click on the finish, your media would start booting to this particular, VMware player. So you can see my files are loading now. So shortly I would be getting a screen where I can click on the install now button, and it will install start installing the Windows Server in the VMware player. So that's one thing that I wanted to show, and the another part that I wanted to show is the network setting. How you can do the network setting so that your all of the machines would be able to communicate with each others. Okay, so suppose this is let's delete it. Okay, this is the one which I was just trying to create, so I deleted. So I got three machines: Max DC, Contoso DC1, and Windows 10 x64. So Windows 10 is my client, and I got two domain controller. I don't have any child at the moment. So if I click on the Contoso DC1, click on settings. Here in the network, your you must check this option, connect at power on, and here, right, bridge connected directly to the physical network, replicate physical network connection and state. So you should select these two options, and also if you have selected these two options, you would be able to access the internet in your virtual machines. Means if you have, suppose I got the internet access to this laptop, okay, but this is on my base machine, okay. If anything I wanted to access over the internet, I would be able to access it over on this particular base OS, right? But what if you have virtual machine and you wanted to access the internet on these virtualized machines? What you will do in this, in those scenarios? So not to worry, you just click on the virtual machine, right click on the virtual machine, name, and go to settings, come here in the network adapter, and then this machine should be checked, and then these two machines should be checked in order to access the internet in your lab machine, I mean the virtual machine. So hope I'm able I did the kind of explanation for the VMware player and the lab which you need to build. So if you haven't taken the screenshot, please take the screenshot, and it's a humble request for you. I mean, it's a humble request that you build the same level of uh, you know lab in the environment, and so that it will be a kind of interesting thing for you and me as well, right? And in the going forward session or recording session, I would be asking you few questions as well, all right, based upon the lab that we have or you're going to build for your practicing things, okay? So you don't worry, bear with me. I would be recording the another session tomorrow that will be related to the FSMO role and the domain partitions. So hope this information is very informative for you, and I'm just kind of uploading the session right away so that you can build the lab and be ready for the tomorrow. Thank you very much, and again, if you're new to this channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe it. Do like and share. And also, the reason why I'm saying is to subscribe the channel so that you would be, as and when I upload any new video, you would be getting the notification for that, right? And that way, me and you, we both would be on the same page, right, for further any recording sessions. So thank you very much, and have a great day ahead. Happy weekend. Cheers. Bye bye, guys.